It has been a wet day out there. We've had more than 2 inches of rain that has fallen in our area. That's just since midnight. And then we had even more rain that came through areas yesterday. And that's all adding up, keeping us with this flood watch through tomorrow morning. I'm Chief Meteorologist Chris Holcomb from the 11 Alive Weather Impact Team. We hold on to this weather impact alert through the nighttime hours tonight before it expires here, as the rain will be exiting early tomorrow morning. As you can see, we have a break in the rain out there right now in Atlanta. Still some mist and drizzle around that's so light it's not actually showing up on radar. But even though we're getting a break in the action right now, it's still not over. We have more rain back into Alabama that's going to be moving our way tonight. And those could be some waves of heavy rain that will add on to more water to the already saturated ground. You'll see here some of the light showers that we had in Atlanta a little bit earlier. This is a pretty persistent rain for a big part of the day. We're seeing that break now as that moves up toward the north and to the east. And then in North Georgia, still watching some of these heavier showers, really more moderate rain stretching from Chattooga County here, just to the west of Calhoun, moving up toward Dalton and Whitfield County, also Murray County, getting in on some of that more moderate rain. That is going to keep pushing on over to the east, and that's just the beginning of this next wave that's moving in that is a little bit heavier back into Alabama. So for now, a break for a while, a break in West Georgia, a break on the south side, but then look at Alabama. This is what is still going to be moving our way tonight. Now, here's the interesting part. What you're seeing in Alabama right now is heavier rain, and even look back into parts of South Alabama and Louisiana, not only heavy rain there, but also some strong storms. We have a couple of tornado watches in effect for Louisiana, southern Mississippi, another watch up into central Mississippi and southwest Alabama. We have had numerous tornado warnings throughout the afternoon hours in that sector, that warm sector down into South Alabama and Louisiana, and also central and southern Mississippi. Now, I know you're watching this wondering if that means we're going to have a severe weather risk. We actually have something in our favor over us right now, and that is the wedge of cooler air and more stable air that's really not budging. The models were trying to show that wedge scouring out in the afternoon, especially to the south and west of us. That would enhance the risk for severe storms, but that wedge is holding strong over us, so that's actually in our favor. As these storms get closer, we're expecting them to weaken a little bit more. I want to take you back up to this here in North Alabama. We're watching this part here that I showed you just a moment ago with the thunder and lightning. We were watching the lightning count with this actually go down a little bit as this keeps moving over to the east. Now, it is still possible as this moves into West Georgia that we're going to have some bands of heavy rain out of it, but we see the intensity of those storms getting knocked down as it continues to move into this cooler and also more stable air over us. We also still have the flood watch in effect. This is for all of North Georgia, Metro Atlanta, and down to the south of us too. We, as I mentioned, have already seen 2 inches of rain since midnight. Another 1 to 3 inches of rain is possible through the late night hours and overnight too. Notice the green colors that you see here. In fact, I'll zoom in a little bit tighter to these areas that you're seeing right there in North Fulton. That is Big Creek in North Fulton and South Forsyth County. We do have a flood warning in effect along that creek. We don't expect it to come up a lot, but it could get into minor flood stage there in North Fulton and South Forsyth. Also Sweetwater Creek out I-20 near Austell. Flood warning in effect there too, and a couple of other rivers and creeks up in far northwest Georgia where we have some flood warnings in effect. Now, we don't think it's going to be widespread severe flooding. We just want you to be aware, with more of this water coming down, the rain coming in, and the ground saturated, we could see some flood-prone areas and areas along creeks and streams that could see some rising water and some minor flooding happening there. So the weather impact alert with this lingering rain, additional waves coming in, is going to be in effect through tonight with more of those waves coming in. So what you need to do, be aware of the flooding that is possible. If you're going to be out driving tonight, watch for ponding on the roadways. If you see water covering a roadway, don't drive through it. Turn around and go the other way to get around that in a different way. You just never know how deep that water is. Even though you think that it looks like it's not deep, the road may have more of an incline than you realize, and it could be deeper than you think as you try to drive through the water. So just don't try to do that tonight. We have had spots around the metro area where we have seen some water collecting on the roads on the east side of the perimeter earlier near North Lake Parkway and also near Clarkston. We had a lane closed on 285 due to some water that was collecting there. Meteorologist Danielle Moss was showing us earlier during our newscast on areas of Piedmont where we had some water that was kind of flooding a couple of the lanes there. We also down further on Piedmont near Amsterdam had a tree down, not because of really strong winds. We had a peak wind gust today of 22 miles an hour, but any wind in this saturated ground can bring down some trees, and that was falling on some power lines there. We had live reports on that during our newscast a little bit earlier. Here's a live look, our tower cam right now at the University of North Georgia there in Lumpkin County near Dahlonega. Still dealing with some rain coming down. It is getting darker, kind of hard to see that, but if you'll notice here on the lens, you occasionally see some raindrops falling down on this lens, and when it kind of diffracts the light a little bit, you can see the prisms there within those raindrops as you're seeing that hit the lens. Also, our view from Decatur looking toward Atlanta, a low cloud deck. You can't really see the tops of the buildings there. Visibility has been reduced, but again, in that break now, aside from some mist and drizzle. In fact, take a look at the airport. Runways there are wet. The taxiways are wet as well. Visibility is actually looking okay right now at Hartsfield. We have delays at Hartsfield-Jackson, but the FAA is reporting these are delays due to runway construction at about 39 minutes. So those are for departing flights. So be aware of that. Check your flight before you head down to Hartsfield. These aren't really weather delays, but runway construction delays here. Take a look at the almanac. I've got a few things I want to show you here. Number one, our high temperature today, 42. Our low this morning, 39. That's only a 3-degree range of temperatures throughout the entire day today. That 42-degree temperature well below the average. We should be around 58 at this time of year. Here's the other thing I want you to see. 2.16 inches of rain since midnight. That number is going to keep going up through the nighttime hours as we see additional rain coming in. That has actually helped us to work away at our rainfall deficit that we have for the year. We're still about 6,200ths of an inch below where we should be in rainfall. I think that once we get through the night, that most likely is going to be wiped out and we'll have a surplus here with that additional rain that's moving in. So the cooler air is in our favor as we watch these storms from Alabama try to move in. This is the wedge that we've been talking about for the past few days. See the blue color over us on the map? I've overlaid the temperatures, and you can see Athens is at 39, Clayton 37. We have 40 in Gainesville, 42 in Duluth and Atlanta, and 42 in Peachtree City. Look at LaGrange at 46. Our models yesterday were showing LaGrange getting up to 71 degrees today. And that is because it is so hard, number one, to predict how strong these wedges will be when they develop. The models really have a hard time with it. And then once they do develop, it's really hard to figure out when they are going to erode. The models are trying to say that a southerly flow and a warm front moving up to the north would help to warm us up today. Now, we went with a high of 52, and we were below some of the models. Some of the models yesterday were saying highs for today would be between 48 and 67 degrees. That is a wide range there of potential highs for today. We have held in the low 40s all day long, and we may actually warm up a little bit overnight and into the morning hours, possibly getting into the upper 40s, maybe even lower 50s by the time we wake up tomorrow morning. But that all is dependent on this wedge breaking down and the southwesterly flow here to the south warming things up and moving in. So this cooler and more stable air is protecting us from those storms from Alabama getting strong as they move in here. They'll actually be a little weaker pushing in. But we will watch areas south and west of us. Again, if we start seeing these temperatures rising in LaGrange through the evening hours as this warmer air tries to move northward, we'll be watching areas south and west of us late tonight and overnight for that potential that a couple of those storms could turn strong on the south side. But I really think we're going to be fine here in the metro Atlanta area, but we will be getting the rain that's going to move in. Here's Here's a look at the temperatures through the nighttime hours. We're holding probably 43 still at 10 o'clock tonight, but LaGrange may warm up to the lower 60s here. So that's what we have to watch as this system kind of scours out. Potentially upper 40s to lower 50s by tomorrow morning. So temperatures may actually rise during the overnight hours and be a little bit warmer for us here for tomorrow morning. And then take a look at what we're watching through the rest of the morning hours tomorrow and through the day tomorrow. Starting off in the upper 40s to maybe lower 50s here. The rain chance will be on the low end early tomorrow morning. We're thinking the back edge of that rain will be leaving between 3 and 6 o'clock in the morning, pushing out of here. Clouds will linger for a bit, and then the sun's going to try to break through those clouds in the afternoon. And with that sunshine and with a change in the wind direction, we do think we'll get back up into the lower 60s tomorrow afternoon with drier weather that'll be moving in. So here's the breakdown for the nighttime hours. You can see, look at these waves of rain moving in. I'm actually going to go back a little bit and show you here before it pauses what we're watching here through the nighttime hours. In fact, I'll just take it back here and we'll start it over where you see that bit of rain that's moving through. We're in the break now. Watch this come through. This is at 10 o'clock. This could have some bands of heavy rain with it, but still more of that back into Alabama that still has to swing through tonight. That'll be with us late tonight, overnight. This is the view of that band of heavy rain at 3 in the morning. So as you can see, if those temperatures rise through the overnight hours as this band of storms moves in, depending on if the cool, unstable air becomes more unstable. That's why we're watching on the south side here any potential that any of those storms could get strong. But then check out 7 o'clock in the morning. The back edge of the rain is already well to the east of us. We'll still have clouds around. The roads are still going to be wet for your drive into work in the morning, and creeks and streams may even still be rising tomorrow with the runoff still running off into those creeks and streams. So we'll still have to watch for any flooding potential through tomorrow morning. Then during the day tomorrow, things are going to be looking a little bit better. This is at noon tomorrow. Notice all the rain is gone. Still some clouds around, but these clouds will start thinning out a little bit more, and the sun will be able to break through, especially later morning through lunchtime and into the afternoon. Not a complete sunshine all day long, but at least some sun breaking through at times. We'll call it partly cloudy skies during the day. And that'll allow our temperatures to get up into the lower 60s here. Then heading into Friday, we're going to have a cooler start. Mainly clear skies on Friday. Temperatures will be in the 30s to start the day. And then we warm up to only the upper 50s in the afternoon, which is going to be closer to average. And a pretty nice way to end the week, and a pretty nice Valentine's Day for you too. And then going into Saturday, we're going to see additional changes that'll be moving our way with some showers arriving on Saturday. And we're watching Saturday night and into early on Sunday, the potential for some storms. This is a look at Saturday morning at 7 o'clock. We'll have one round of rain moving through, but the storm risk will really be later Saturday into early on Sunday. As of right now, we have not issued a weather impact alert for Saturday night into Sunday yet. We're waiting for some new high resolution data to come in tomorrow to determine whether or not we'll issue an impact alert for that. Here's a look at the rainfall comparison. I mentioned we picked up a little over 2 inches of rain so far today. Additional rainfall amounts could be around 2 inches here, maybe 1.5 inches. Higher amounts we think up in North Georgia where we'll see some of those higher amounts, and that's why we still have that flood watch through tomorrow morning. Look at these low temperatures, kind of ups and downs here. 39 to start on Thursday morning. With a low of 33 on Friday, and then back to the 50s on Sunday as we see those showers around. And then look at these highs, 61 for a high on Thursday. Then on Friday, 56, 64 Saturday, 63 Sunday. Monday's high, only around 48 degrees, as after that system moves through on Sunday, we'll have colder air to start next week. So here's what we're watching with the European model. Showing again Saturday a few showers. There we see Saturday night into early on Sunday, that system moving through with some of that heavier rain, and then we clear out and cool off for the beginning of next week. So here is that 7-day outlook showing those temperatures near 61 to start the day tomorrow, and then actually in the afternoon tomorrow. 33 for a low on Friday with a high of 56. Then we get up to 64 on Saturday, 63 Sunday, watching that next rain system push in with the potential for some storms Saturday night into early Sunday. Colder Monday, a low of 29 and a high of 48. 31 Tuesday morning with a high of 57, and then 55 for a high Wednesday with another 30% chance for showers moving in. We'll have more extended updates for you throughout the night right here on 11 Alive Plus, and then more coverage at 11 on 11 Alive News at 11.